I don't know what's going on all the time. And then like tonight, I was doing homework, getting ready. Well, I guess doing homework wasn't getting ready for the podcast, but I was doing homework because I had to. And then honestly, I feel like I've embarrassed myself a few times in that chat, getting all pissy or like up in arms about something, and now I'm just kind of hanging back, like with the mocap stuff and the Aaron Rodgers
Hmm.
stuff,
Hmm.
and just being a
There was a.
goober.
It does seem like everything that gets and you're not alone, with like the Kindred trade or like,
Uh-huh.
that original roasted trade with the Mahomes deal. Like that, all of that was like provoking and like contrary to, our our thought process, but like none, yeah, it all goes down in a way
And
that is like
either
pretty,
negligible or
yeah,
good.
like right, like okay, like I guess. Well, I'm not going to admit that I was wrong, but I will just like be quiet for a little bit.
Y'all
I
just
feel
hang
you.
tight.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean,
Yeah.
don't feel alone, but yeah, and dude, I don't know. I don't remember. I used to get like drunk and say weird shit in the chat, Game
Mhm.
of Thrones quotes back in the day.
That's
I just
funny.
mellowed out. I'm like, I mean, I talk my trash in person, like off the cuff. Like,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
just not. I'm just kind of lame, you know. Like,
Yeah.
you get me a couple of beers in, you get to me talking. Probably gonna say some funny shit to you, but like. I'm sitting on my couch letting my son's watching fucking Halloween cartoons that he's seen like 80 times. And I'm trying to look up some college stuff for the boomers. And it's like, yeah, yeah, guys, like maybe they should have Wednesday night football to keep you guys at bay.
Yeah.
But I just feel bad. I'm like, oh, didn't matter how well I know people. I just can't like text into a group. It's just not in my abilities.
I took a lease out on your heart. I took a lease out on your heart. Can I at least have fun? Can I at least have fun? Can I at least have fun?
Welcome back, everybody. We are Rough Draft Research. You are the audience, and together we are on a quest for Dynasty Domination. How's it going over there, Daniel?
Oh, it's going so good, man. I got just one thing to really keep me going. I had a parlay going
Mm.
Monday night that I was really cheering for, but unfortunately, I didn't hit the last leg. It was a George Pickens touchdown. They really
Hmm.
tried, but it didn't happen. As I've said, two lefts don't make 2 feet, and
What?
had to beat Danny, man. Narrow margin is still a victory. Almost got beat by Bo Nix.
Oh,
Yikes.
that would have been
So,
scary. That would
yeah,
have
here we are.
sucked.
I'm doing pretty good. We're ready for
Good.
another exciting week of football and the fantasies that go with it. How are you doing, Christian?
I'm doing all right. I lost in For the Bell after a 3 game win streak. That
That sucks.
sucks. Not hyped about that. It is good to see the league though progressing. Got some new names up top. The guy I lost to specifically. It's nice to see his team and plan working out. Um, but it is, yeah, on the 2 feet note, just real quick, what a nonsense rule that is
Oh,
with the George Pickens thing.
double
Like,
tap.
I'm sorry, like it, and shout out to Danny for this. I'm gonna use his argument. It's a silly one, but it stands. Like, so if a guy catches the ball at the 10-yard line and hops on 1 foot all the way to the end zone, that's not a catch.
That's a football move, dude.
Like, what are we doing here? Like that to me, I don't know. They need to change that shit. That should 100% have been a touchdown for Pickens, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Um,
Yeah, it was too bad he couldn't just get that toe down. It was close.
Yeah,
Didn't
it
get the
was it was
drag.
definitely close. It's hard to drag when you're falling backwards, I guess, but
Right.
I don't know, but it's good season. Big game coming up for the Packers this week with the Lions. Hopefully Jordan Love can go. That'll be fun. It's a fun season so far, so
It's
I'm
been a lot of fun.
it has been. And we're gonna get into some fun. right off the top here with our old rookie roundup. Hey, here we go. Hitting you back. Obviously, I've eliminated some names, so if you don't hear your favorite rookie's name, I don't think they're gonna be that much until next year, basically. So just take that going forward. Anyone can prove me wrong. We have new names on the list this week, so it's not like people can't make it on. But I'm just not wasting time saying everybody, all the rookies. So getting into it, we're gonna start with the running backs in the promising usage category, and this one may have to move up now that he's basically the starter there. Tyrone Tracy, 23 points, 20 carries, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Looked really, really good. And especially for a fifth round pick on a Giants offense that hasn't been that good. So he's like one of the few bright spots. So that is cool to see. Wide receiver convert. He's older than Javonte Williams, which is just like a crazy stat. And given the running back longevity stuff, it'll be interesting to track him going forward to see if that matters for him or if he's a guy that will be able to go a little longer just because he started a little later, switching from wide receiver. But still cool for him. Another running back, first time on the list, Isaac Garendo comes in, gets 19 points in relief of Jordan Mason. 85 yards and a touchdown, 17 yards through the air, three catches. So that was good to see. He's using that speed. I mean, obviously CMC coming back, that's probably not going to last hyper long, but it's good to see. I mean, he looked good. It seems like anybody that comes into that San Fran offense can run and do well. So it's cool to see him though. Going on, Bucky Irving, 15 points, nine attempts, 44 yards. That's like the third game in a row he's had nine attempts. Seven catches though for 40 yards, which is cool. So he did 15 without a touchdown. That's pretty cool for him. That little two-headed, sometimes three-headed monster down in Tampa Bay will be interesting to watch going forward. But it does seem like White and Irving can be serviceable with both of them on the field. Who's not serviceable now that James Cook is back is Ray Davis, who took a massive step backwards in touches, only 22% of the snap share, which is still okay. But James Cook having a pretty big game where he scored two, maybe three touchdowns, I can't remember, but at least two, is just not what you want to see. It just kind of puts him back in that clear backup territory behind a running back who's young. So that's not exactly ideal, but it has shown that Ray Davis can be startable if Cook ever gets injured. So that is good to know going forward. I'm going to throw these two guys off real quick. Bud Means and Mason Tipton. They have Spencer Rattler as their quarterback, so just kind of ignore them for now because, well, Derek Carr might be coming back, so we'll have to watch. But with Chris Olave being back and Spencer Rattler being bad, they didn't really get a lot of work this week. Ditto sort of for Troy Franklin, who only had one catch this week, which was crazy because as we'll get into later, Bo Nix went the hell off. So the fact that Troy Franklin wasn't really a part of that is a little concerning to me. Ricky Pearsall had a decent little game, four or 12 points, four targets, four catches for 38 yards. So that's pretty nice to see out of him. Um, we were all worried about, or not worried, but curious about like Jacob Cowing and how this offense would run without Brandon Ayuk. It was mostly Debo, George Kittle, and the running game. But comparatively, Parasol got almost 60% of the snaps, and Jacob Cowling only got 18% with no target. So I think that question has clearly been answered who they want to feature on the field more out of those two. Keon Coleman had another really good week, and that was without Amari Cooper having a big week, which is nice to see. It seems like Cooper has really opened up the field for Coleman. 18 points this week, seven targets, five catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. That's multiple stacking games. Like maybe he needs to start flirting with the possible studs
Ooh,
category. We'll see. That was a guy you were in on. A guy who I wish would have done more given the opportunity he had this week was Jalen McMillan. He
oh
was on the
yeah.
field for 81% of the snaps, but only 9 points, four catches for 3.5 yards. By the way, the points I round up, so if they're ever weird based on like your own internal math of what they scored, it's irrelevant really. But with Chris Godwin being out and Mike Evans being out, you would have liked to see Jalen McMillan kind of take another leap forward. He did get 7 targets, which is nice, but only the 4 catches, like I talked about. We got two Carolina Panthers to talk about.
Yeah.
Xavier Legette had a touchdown, as well as Jalen Coker. They both had decent target numbers, 7 for Legette, 6 for Coker. But Coker was the leader in yards with 78 compared to 34 of Leggett. So seems like both these guys are going to be at least viable going forward. Bryce Young was on the field, and I need to go watch the tape on this game. I know they got blown out by the Broncos, but it looks like Bryce Young was at least able to string a few drives together, and he's going to be starting this week. So it'll be interesting to see how they do going forward. Romo Dunze continues to be the third fiddle in Chicago. 6 targets, 3 catches for 41 yards. So not exactly what you want to see. But to be fair, Caleb Williams did not have a great day through the air. So hopefully, if that starts to churn up a little bit, we can see him kind of heat up. But it does seem like the real breakout for Odunze is going to be next year, which is a little unfortunate, but not that big a deal necessarily. Um, Xavier Worthy to me continues to be touchdown dependent. 8 targets, 4 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown, which really saved his game from being minimal. You would hope that DeAndre Hopkins being there would really open up the doors for Worthy, but it did not seem to do that. Two tight ends now. Theo Johnson got 6 points, looks okay. 3 catches for 35 yards on a bad Giants offense. And Jatavion Sanders, 1 catch for 7 yards, so not what you want to see there. But that leads us into the possible studs. And there's a new name on the list who was on the list earlier in the season, but I jumped the gun. But I'm not jumping the gun now because Lad
Uh-oh.
McConkey had 29 points on 6 catches, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns. One of them over 40 yards. He looked great. Jim Harbaugh's talking about seeing Steve Smith in his game, so
Mm.
that's a pretty big compliment. And I think he's developing that connection with Justin Herbert, and he just has the skill set to be really good in that offense, I think. Um, Brian Thomas Jr. got 15 points, continues his really, really good stretch of games, 3 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Did get hurt on the touchdown and pulled from the game, so we didn't get to see him have like a monster game, but still pretty decent from him. Malik Neighbors salvaged his game a little later, getting a catch late to kind of bring him up to 14 points, but he did have 13 targets, which just speaks to how they want to feature him in this offense. And we all saw what he did before the concussion. So hopefully we can get him back up to that standard. Marvin Harrison Jr., 23 points, continues his up and down rookie season, but still looks good in stretches. 6 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown. And then Brock Bowers rounding out our possible studs with only 11 points, but 5 targets, 5 catches for 58 yards. So, the efficiency there is pretty crazy, and he was on the field for 91% of the snaps. Travis Kelce did a jersey swap with him, so we all know
Right.
where the trajectory of this guy is. So it's good to see. Moving on quickly to the quarterback review. We had a crazy game between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels looked by far the better passer, 21 to 38 for 326 and a touchdown. That touchdown being the game-winning Hail Mary. 8 carries for 52 yards. What a bananas finish, and what a game between these two future stars. I guess you could argue that they're stars now.
Current
Ca
stars.
Caleb Williams, though, not so great through the air. I mean, they were in the game. They could have won, which has kind of been what he's been doing all season, is giving them chances to win, which is good. But 10 for 24 for 131 yards, no touchdown, 41 yards on the ground. Not exactly what you want to see, but again, the team was in position to win, and we've seen him start to heat up a little bit, which is nice. QB rookie scorer of the week, though, Bo Nix with 30 points, 28 to 37, 284 yards and 3 touchdowns, another on the ground, so 4 touchdowns total. This is the guy that's making me look silly. I still have my reservations about him. and his potential future. However, you can't argue that he fucked up the Panthers, so that's pretty good on him. Drake May got taken out of the game, which is sad, but he did have on this can't be right. Can you double check the stats on here? Did he have 276 yards? That can't be right. On three passes? That seems absurd. I must have kept his yards from last week, but he did have a touchdown on the ground, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
Um,
only 23 passing yards on 3 completions and 46 on the ground and a touchdown.
Yeah, so I messed up the yardage there. That makes a lot more sense. It would have been absurd if he had that many. So 23 yards passing, but we saw all the rushing ability and the touchdown, but he did get pulled out of the game, which is unfortunate. And then Spencer Rattler, I kind of talked about him earlier. 50% completion percentage, 156 yards and 16 yards on the ground. And just like a dud
Da,
day
da,
for the Saints
da.
offense. So that
Yeah.
is your rookie roundup.
Yeah, and what a roundup it was. Beautiful. I don't know how Olave ended up having a nice day with Spencer Rattler putting up 6 fantasy points, but
Yeah,
I'll
pretty
take it every
wild.
time. Every single
That's
time.
fair.
Very exciting, man. There's a lot of things to be pumped about with these rookies. They're really coming into form and firing on all cylinders. That's a ton of guys just out there nailing it. So
Uh-huh.
I love to see it. These guys get onto my roster. Come on, there's room for you. But most of them aren't there. Ah, it's heartbreaking, but it's beautiful. Love to see them succeed. When you got big dreams, you got to do what you got to do. So, speaking of big dreams, if
Hmm.
you're ready,
Yes.
we are going to dream big. So if you've been with us for, the duration, you know that we've gone ahead and drafted a couple of dream teams leading up into the season. And we put them all in like a best ball format, and we're playing it out to see whose dream team is the best team.
Hmm.
And as it happens every year, like half of Christian squad is injured. So
Mhm.
I think we could real quick just run through our squads and
Yep.
kind of just the feelings on them so far. Um, I'll start out. I got my quarterbacks are Matthew Stafford and Caleb Williams. It's not going awesome as far as that goes, but I'll take them. They're still middle of the road. Um, Running back room is Brees Hall, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift and Bucky Irving and Chase Brown. So I don't know, kind of some good and some bad. Glad to see Irving. Swift has been great, and then it's all good. I'm proud of this team so far. Just getting to the wide receivers, Drake London, DJ Moore, who's been a little disappointing. Darnell Mooney, felt like that was a great call.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, getting better, man. He's got 8 targets the past 2 weeks. I'm looking for that to start catching a little bit traction. And then I had Adonai Mitchell, which is kind of a bust for now. We'll see what Flacco can do. And then my tight end room was Jake Ferguson, and I got Ben Sinnott. So not really the best. I also got George Pickens, missed him on there because he's on the bye, but yeah, so far I feel pretty good. I'm in first place, 5-3 in our little league. So
Uh-huh.
it is what it is, not to poo-poo your success or lack thereof if you
Well,
want to go
see,
through your squad.
this is the thing, though. I was running circles around everybody for the first 4 weeks of this experiment. I had Jaden Daniels as my QB1, and then Will Levis, admittedly not great, but Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
has more than made up for it. My running back room, Bijan, took a little bit to get going, but he's been awesome. But then Travis Etienne been hurt for a while. Tajay Spears was a whiff by me. Jerome Ford has been okay, and Jalen Wright hasn't seen the field at all. So that wasn't great outside of Bijan Robinson. But my wide receivers was what was really getting me through. Right now, it doesn't look as great because it's Malik Neighbors, Deontay Johnson, and Tavian Wicks.
Mm,
However, I've got Nico Collins on IR, Rasheed
yep.
Rice on IR, and Chris Godwin on IR, who were all having tremendous seasons and were definitely leading to my success. And then my tight end room was Kyle Pitts and Tucker Kraft. And that just before we get into this, I will let you introduce the rules and the regulations for our the revisit of the dream teams. Um, best ball is trash. It's a hot take, maybe, but it's awful. It's a scam, first of all. It's just, oh, you should be in 11 million fantasy drafts and spend $5 on each of them because who cares? And then when you lose most of them, you're not going to care because you stop checking out or stop checking it as soon as you start doing bad. There's no skill outside of the drafting skill, which that's like the least not the least important. Obviously, the draft is extremely important in fantasy football, but like fantasy football is already based a lot on luck, and this just completely makes it on luck because whoever gets the injuries is fucked because you can't do anything about it. You can't get new players. You can't do anything. So what? It's a trash game style for babies, and I hate it. And I'm not doing it ever again outside of
Right
the rough
now.
of outside of our podcast for this specific scenario. I will never do best ball. It is nonsense to me, and I don't know. It's for people that don't have the attention span to actually do the roster. So they spread a wide net, they shotgun blast a million drafts, and then they're like, "Oh, I won my best ball league." I don't care. Don't talk to me about it. I'm uninterested because you probably did 50 other drafts.
Yeah, yeah. You won your best ball league 5 months ago and then forgot to password to underdog. But oh man, good
Anyway,
good feeling. Yeah, this is the voice of a guy who started 4-0 and then is on a 4 game skid. I can hear it. I can hear it. I'm glad that I feel kind of the same way. I mean, best ball is kind of it's like a good idea in September or whatever in
yeah,
in
when
July,
you're
but like
bored.
it's pretty much meaningless like all the way. But
Mhm.
I'm telling you, the guillotine leagues, that's what we need to
I
get
need to
on.
try that.
So,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, we're having a real blast in the one that I'm in. So it's too much fun. We'll talk about it later in the season when it gets a little more interesting, but I'm having way too much fun with it at the moment. So, okay, all that said, best ball, we're never doing it again. Don't want to see it. Don't want to hear about it. Don't even want to talk about it. So we're going to do a mid-season best ball rest of the season uh draft. And it's only best ball because like these are theoretical leagues that we don't want to like manage necessarily. We kind of just
Yeah.
want to we have our feelings at this moment,
Hmm.
and we're playing against kind of some ghost teams of players that we have feelings to the contrary about. So that's just the format that's easiest for that. So don't hate me
Absolutely.
on that. But just before we get into the drafting of it all, we're doing the same thing we did to start the year with kind of our dream teams. We're just
Hmm.
basing it now instead of ADP. We're basing it off of like the weekly points per game average
Hmm.
for players. So we've got them grouped in blocks of 12. One round through 15 as far as this whole roster goes, and we'll each be picking like a dream team player and then also like a no thank you hard pass player,
Hmm.
which gets a little more difficult when you're looking at actual stats, but it's going to be fun if you just bear with us. We're doing something funky with quarterback where I've kind of just like sprinkled in a round value, so you'll just like skip picking from the pool in a certain round to select a quarterback in the designated range that they're assigned, and we'll just call out the range as we go through the quarterbacks. It should all make sense in the flow of it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to look into the
Yeah,
future.
me too.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you nailed it. So just I'll reiterate, this is based on it's going to be 12 guys per round based on their points per game total. So these groupings, that is how we're doing it. So like just for instance, I'm not going to list it for everyone, but the first round is points per game of 22 to about 19 are these guys. That's how many points they're scoring on a weekly basis. So instead of doing it ADP style or anything like that, that is the pool of players we have for each round.
All right. Well, without any further ado, I think you went first last time. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the first round, it's kind of tough, man. Like, obviously, you got Derrick Henry and Saquon like just
Right.
staring at me, and
Mm,
I really want to do that, but I've got a feeling I'm really enjoying what Jamar Chase is doing right now. He's got
okay.
7 touchdowns over the past 6 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and go with him.
You good pick. I like Jamar Chase. I considered him. You mentioned Derrick Henry earlier. I'm tempted to go there. I've never had Derrick Henry in a single fantasy league, and that would be kind of
Yeesh.
fun to ride that wave. However, his matchups coming up aren't great for basically the rest of the season. Not that that seems to matter for Henry, but I'm gonna go. Mr. Lamb, Mr. CD Lamb, starting to heat up. I don't believe a lot in the Cowboys, but I do think they're going to throw the ball a lot. And coming up, he plays Washington, or not this week, but Atlanta, Houston, Washington, the Giants, Carolina, and Tampa Bay, which are all allowing tons of points to wide receivers. So I like CD Lamb here to continue being one of the best receivers in the league, and I'll take him.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like CD Lamb. He sneaks in there right at the 12th spot in this little exercise. Yeah, he's definitely heating up, dude. He's smoking right now. I traded for him in that guillotine league, baby, and got me through a week unscathed. So I like that. To start off my hard pass, I will do. I'm gonna go with Joe Mixon.
Okay.
Um, Kind of feels easy for me. I think that Houston's going to run through a few issues now. Two star wideouts out.
Hmm.
Mixon's missed some games, but on the points per game, he's number one right now. So I
Hmm.
don't think it's that sustainable. So I'm just going to get him out of there.
That's fair. That's fair. And I do want to point out Chris Godwin and Nico Collins would have been options here, which would have been nice. I might have gone Nico Collins with how hot he was coming up to this point, but they are obviously injured, so we're not going to use them. So in terms of the hard pass squad, there's a few choices here. And I think, unfortunately, this is going to be really interesting considering where I was at the beginning of the year. But I'm toying with the idea of Malik Neighbors here. I
Ooh,
just think the Giants are on a downward trajectory, and they were spicy, uh, and just all these other names. But I actually am gonna pivot, and I'm gonna go AJ Brown. I just
nice.
think he'll be a little more inconsistent, um, sort of, just because I don't necessarily believe in the Eagles. I don't think Neighbors is necessarily going to be the most consistent guy with Daniel Jones. But with Barkley going off and Jalen Hurts stealing touchdowns all the time, and now Devonta Smith looking good, like obviously AJ Brown a couple times is going to screw me. But
Yeah.
I think overall I'm comfortable in this set of players giving my hated team AJ Brown.
Okay. Yeah, I did that on my hard pass first round, and I'm looking at him like when it's out there, he's killing it. So, oof, dangerous games all the way around. So we'll snake it. So if you want to do your dream team player, you go for it.
Okay, my dream team player you would think would be Bijan Robinson, because he's in this second round, and I am tempted, very tempted. However, Brees Hall could be a potential league winner for people. The schedule for him coming up is basically all green outside of Houston, which is this coming week. He plays Arizona, Indy, Seattle, Miami, Jacksonville, the Rams, and Buffalo as the teams that are going up against him um, in the playoff times. They're ending with Buffalo, and I just think that he could have a monster season, kind of in the back half of this season, and I want to grab that and ride that wave.
That's a good call. I'm like, uh, hard to take the Jets seriously right now.
Yeah,
Period.
for sure.
Period. So that's where I'm at, kind of frightened of it. But yeah, if you're gonna leave Bijan, I'm taking him, man. I mean, obviously he's kind of crushing it right now. He's been over 20 points the last 3 games, and he's facing Dallas and to New Orleans. So
Hmm.
it should just be more of the same. He's scoring touchdowns, he's looking frisky, and they finally figured out how to get him in. this offensive coordinator on the same page makes me happy. So
Yeah,
I'm going that route.
I arguably should have, but I've done a lot of Bijan, so it
I
is what
know,
it is.
yeah. One in Rome, or one in France at the Dijon, who knows?
That's
But
fair.
I'll let you start the hard pass there for
Hard
round two.
pass. I think this is pretty easy. I think it's Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco might come back. We don't know, but also just kind of, I don't think it's sustainable that he's going to get a touchdown every week or multiple touchdowns every week. And just looking at the rest of the names on this list, they're all just way more consistent and not 30. So I don't know. Kareem Hunt, easy day.
Okay, yeah, good for you. I'm going a little riskier with mine. I'm gonna count out David Montgomery.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, just because he's back to back in the running back 30 range past two games. Sure, there was a little bit of missed time
Hmm.
2 weeks ago against the Vikings, but I think Gibbs is heating up. And it's cool as it is to have like a 1-2 punch when you're on a heater like these guys are. You just stick with the hot hand, and I think Gibbs is kind of winning out in that competition. And so yeah, at this second round, I think skipping on Demont is gonna hurt me in a week or two, but season long, I'm not too afraid of that decision.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So, all right. What is your Skippy McSkipperson round
I,
two with Cream Hunt? Damn it.
yeah, it
All right,
was.
round three. I'm going for it. This one, it's kind of tough, dude. Garrett Wilson is there, which like I'm still very scared of that.
Mhm.
Achan, you've got plenty of potential there. Um, dude, I'm loving what's going on with Brian Thomas and
Okay.
with Christian Kirk being out. Um, I feel like he can keep things going. They said he was like gonna miss a few weeks, and now they're saying it's day to day. So
Mm.
he has the potential to pick up where he left off, and he's just crushing it right now. So I'm going to go with Brian Thomas on that.
He really is. I worry about him being alone now with Kirk gone, and not a lot of other options other than Evan Ingram. But I mean, he has been crushing it, so I do like the move there. I'm actually going to stay in the running back room here, and I'm going to take Josh Jacobs. I think he has just been heating up the last few weeks, and I see that going forward, just with the way the Packers want to run the ball. And I think had he been scoring touchdowns in the first half of the year, he would be even higher in this already. If you look at his last few weeks, I mean, obviously last week was incredible with the two touchdowns, with Jordan Love getting hurt, and just the way he's running the ball is really impressive. I said some disparaging things about wanting to keep Aaron Jones, which I still love Aaron Jones, but I mean, it's hard to argue with the efficiency that Josh Jacobs is playing with. 20 points in back-to-back weeks, over 20 points, and that was against a good Houston running defense. So I like that as my second RB there.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew you were going to pick a Packer. I just thought maybe it'd be Reed.
I
So
love Jaden Reed. I
that's a tough
do.
call.
Maybe I will pick a Packer later.
Hey,
Who
you
knows?
never know. I know what I'm doing though. Perennial Devonta Smith hater, getting on the nightmare team for me, round three.
That's fair. That's fair. Not much needs to be said there. I actually, oof, I can't do it. I can't pick Garrett Wilson. I love
I
Garrett
know.
Wilson too much. I just can't.
Breaking
Um,
my brain trying to do it.
so I'm gonna do somebody else who I also do have quite the fondness for, but I'm gonna go Chuba Hubbard,
Yeah.
just with Jonathan Brooks potentially coming in. Even though I do think they are gonna slow play it a little more than people are assuming, I think that Chuba is gonna start splitting time. Maybe not all the time with Brooks, but I do think it's gonna limit his production.
All right. I like that. I like that choice. Okay, you're teeing off on round four.
Ooh, round four. Okay, there are some interesting names here. But I am gonna go Brock Bowers because
Sniped.
why not? He has looked awesome and is gonna continue to get the lion's share of the workload down in Vegas. And even though it has been spotty, he's never Has he had less than 12 points in a game or less than double digits in a game? I'm about to look, doing research on the fly for you guys. Hopefully this
I
is
think
good
there was
content.
one like week 6 was a soft week for him, but that was about it.
Yeah, so okay, so weeks 3 and 4 actually he had less than 10 points, but
Okay,
every
there you
other
go.
week he's been over 10 points, and most of them he's been over 15. And I just think having him as a potential tight end, I know Trey McBride's right there, but I feel like I have to go for that.
I like that, dude. That was definitely who I was going for right here. So kicking me in the shorts because this is a rough round, dude.
It is a rough
Um,
round.
All right, F it, dude. I'm going for quarterback.
Okay.
So the way we have
Okay.
it set up is we've got four quarterbacks with a round 2 through 4 grade, and that's Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen. And I guess I'd be silly not to take Josh Allen right now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. But in
That
a like a pure irony moment, for some reason I'm giving my evil team Lamar Jackson.
okay.
So
Goodness.
I think this evil team is gonna do really well.
Uh-oh.
Um but yeah, I don't know. It just feels rude. Like it feels rude. This round 4, like what am I gonna give him? Alan Lazard or
That's what I'm
Josh
gonna
Downs or
fucking
like
do.
Tony Pollard? Like this round 4 is ridiculous.
This round four is
Obviously,
bad.
it's like, yeah, there's no good choices, so it just is rude. So I want to give my evil team a fighting chance and give him Lamar Jackson, the number one fantasy player on the year. So no big deal.
I admire your competitive spirit.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna go the other way, and I am definitely gonna give my hard pass team Alan Lazard.
Dude,
Um,
nice.
because why wouldn't I?
Yes.
Because with Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson being there, and the ineptitude of the Jets offense overall, why not give them the third best receiver on that team?
That's beautiful, man. I'm glad we could get that all said and done. Oh man. Okay, so round 5, I'm the leader here.
hmm
And this well, since you sniped me on the Brock Powers, I'm just gonna go David and Joku.
Okay.
This feels good. He's right at the tail end, but we all know what it is with Njoku. He's kicking ass. And then, now that Amari Cooper's out of town, it really opens things up for him to get electric. And this team is heating up, with Winston magic going on down to the wire. Beautiful stuff. So go for it.
That's fair. I like that. Njoku has been fun to watch for a long time now, and I don't really see that stopping. Um, this is tough for me because there's two guys here. There's a few guys here. You got Harrison Jr., you
Yeah.
got Zay Flowers, you got Lad McConkey. I do think, for what it's worth, even adding in Deontay Johnson, I think Zay Flowers is going to continue to be the wide receiver one for the
Ouch.
Ravens.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna go Lad here.
Okay.
I really think he might start heating up. I do think maybe he won't be as consistent as some of these other guys. But listing off the other guys, it's not like consistency is their bread and butter. You got Jamison Williams, GJ Moore, who was a
Right.
guy I was super in on, and that was somebody I should toy with. But Marvin Harrison
Mm,
Jr. here, and then Deontay on a new team with already a true wide receiver one on there. So uh,
a
we'll
true
see.
red. Yes, maybe a team wide receiver one.
Hey man, he's been great.
All
Um,
hate aside.
so yeah, I'm gonna go Lad McConkey here. I wanna ride that wave. I've said that a few times, so I'll try to stop
Ride
saying
the
that.
wave, baby. Is it to me on the disappointment forever team?
Yep.
DJ Moore, man, come on, dude.
Oh, okay.
You just stop messing with me. Yeah, when it's all three wideouts out there, the dude can't get more than 4 targets. Caleb Williams isn't making it happen. He's got too much of a good thing.
That's
And
fair.
it's not consistent, it's not translating.
I hear you. I like that. He
It's,
has the talent to pop off, so that one's a little scary for me, but I do see where you're
yeah.
coming from.
I
For
mean,
my
this is a rough round, man. I almost want to pick Jordan Mason there. It's like there's just so
that
much high
That
end disappointment, high end production in this round.
that would be the move here. If my my hard pass team didn't already have two running backs, maybe I would do that. But I'm
That's
actually
double
gonna
flex.
go Jacoby Myers is who I'm gonna hard pass on. I think he has not really been good without Devontae Adams on the field. I could be wrong about that, I guess. But I just feel like he's not a true one, and then the offense is gonna be really inconsistent and a lot of work's gonna go to Bowers.
Man, you're evil. I feel like I'm building a nightmare team just to beat your good roster, and you're like picking these guys are definitely getting last
The
place
nightmare
squad.
team. Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
true
yeah, this is
nightmare.
not for everybody, but why don't you tip us off round six here?
Oh yeah. Round six. Okay. Ooh, baby.
It's tough.
If I hadn't already gone Brock Bowers, this is an interesting tight end round. We
Yeah,
got
big pack
Pitts.
of tight ends.
Yeah, Pitts, Kelsey, Kraft, and Komet. Tempted to
Hmm.
take one of them just to be my backup tight end. But looking at the roster I have built, I am gonna go with another receiver, I think. Ooh, maybe not. This is tough. I think George Pickens is going to have a better second half of the year,
Okay.
more familiarity with Russell Wilson, and hopefully he can get 2 feet in bounds. If so, I feel like he's the king of getting touchdowns called back. So maybe I'm just hoping for that to stop happening. So give me George Pickens as my wide receiver three.
Okay, I like that quite a bit. Personally, I'm having some troubles here. I see my team only has one running back. It's things are not looking good for the future of the running back here. Um, damn. So I'm gonna do it, man. I'm getting weird. I know this doesn't make any sense at all, but I'm going with Zach Charbonnet. I'm
Okay.
just yeah,
Wow.
he's my RB2. This
Not Bucky
is
Irving.
no, I love Bucky, but Charbonnet came out when Kenneth Walker missed time and he was top 10 both those weeks. And he's kind of still having some relevance. He's still scoring touchdowns, still getting targets. I think that after the bye week, they're going to figure out a way to get him more involved since he's proven that he is a pretty high caliber running back. So call me nuts, dude, but
Okay.
that's where it's at for me.
That's fair. All right. Well, so hard pass then. Let's see. I'm gonna hard pass on fucking Wandale Robinson.
Okay. Okay.
I just
Wando.
he's
Yeah.
the king of 14 catches for 20 yards. And that doesn't seem sustainable or great. And I mean, I haven't even seen what he's done recently, but I just don't think there's a lot of mouths or there's not a lot of production happening on the Giants offense, and he's going to be the guy left out.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay, well, I will go ahead.
AJ Brown's going to carry that roster.
Yeah. I feel like should I pull a full on Christian here and just give my team Alexander Mattinson? It feels like the way to do it.
Probably.
So the nightmare team is getting a little less scary by adding Alexander Mattinson in the flex, baby.
Nice.
So
Nice.
not all bad, but not all good either. So getting into round seven. See, I guess I'm up. I'm up first. So
You are.
let's see. Ah, dang, man. I shouldn't have taken a running back. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna take Javonte Williams.
Okay.
Looking
Okay.
pretty good here. I don't know. All of a sudden I'm a Broncos guy. But you compare him. Shit, this is tough. Can I undo it? Is it too late? Actually, I'm gonna do it. I'm undoing it because I'm crazy. This is my show. I'll cry if I want to. I'm taking Tyreek, dude.
Damn it.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. What am I doing? Yeah, he should. He's just yeah. Do his back. Yeah, we're back. We're back. It's all back. So whatever.
Yeah, that was definitely, I was very shocked you didn't go there in the first place. I definitely would have had you not. So damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Nailed it.
Well, let me see my roster. I've got three wide receivers, two running backs, and a tight end. Do I go quarterback here?
Ooh, this is the last of the window,
Um,
the 5 to 7 round guys.
you know, I damn, this is tough.
Stuff.
I'm torn between Romeo Dobbs and Kyler Murray. That was the Packer I said I might take is Romeo Dobbs. I think
Ah,
he might end up being more consistent down the road after his mental stuff that went on, and now he's getting more work. But I am gonna do it. I'm gonna take Kyler Murray. I'm gonna fill out that
good
starting
call.
roster. He has had a really good season, and it seems like he's starting to develop a really fun dynamic with Marvin Harrison Jr. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray.
Okay. Hey, don't forget your walk the plank team. The stuff of nightmares, your version doesn't have a quarterback either, so
Yep, they don't.
they never will. Let's see. Okay, so I've got to poo-poo a roster for my nightmare fuel team. And round 7, I need another wide receiver. Oh man, this is getting, I'm gonna be evil now. I'm giving him Jalen Tolbert, man.
Mm,
So
that's a fair shout.
yeah, I feel like, I mean, obviously he's doing pretty good and he's got a lot of potential. He's heating up, but I don't think he's going to do the squad too many favors. We're getting back to the Cowboys of old-ish. It's
Hmm.
just like get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. Jake Ferguson's also there. Zeke kind of pepped up a little bit last week. I don't even know if that's officially true to say or not, but he definitely scored a touchdown. So there's that.
That's fair. That's fair. I am also gonna give my hard pass squad one more receiver. It is gonna be Rashad Bateman.
Oof.
Hasn't had a good year, and they just traded for Deontay Johnson. Not much more needs to be said, except
Yep.
one of the few things I got right this year was that Rashad Bateman was not gonna have a breakout season.
There you go, dude. He tried to. He really tried to.
He really tried.
Okay, you get the round 8.
Oh,
Go.
I get to start. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Wait. Yep. Because I took Tyreek, so you're good.
Oh, goodness. I just took a quarterback. Let me shore up that running back room now. Interestingly enough, we have Travis Etienne and Bigsby on this round,
Yeah. This is
which
a
is
weird round.
interesting. But I'm actually going to go Tyrone Tracy.
Oh man, I really wanted him.
He's just looked pretty good. Looks like he's the starter now. I know he's in concussion protocol, but hopefully my other two running backs can carry me while he is on the injury docket.
Yeah, he's a guy that in real life, not the best ball. You should trade for, man. He's got Washington, then Carolina, into a bye, Tampa Bay, Dallas, and to New Orleans. Like he's on a golden hot streak right here. He's about to get nasty with just kicking every ass. So I don't know. It might not be too late to pry him off of someone else's squad. Obviously, for the belt, he was the 312, which was the golden number for running backs to be selected at in a rookie draft. So you're gonna have to pay up to get the 312 off of somebody all of a sudden. But it's just how it goes, and it's ridiculous to me. But okay, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the craziness. I'm gonna pick up Calvin Ridley.
Oh,
He's
okay.
coming off an insane week without DeAndre Hopkins with him. So I don't know if that's the kind of thing that we can just expect to keep going.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna put my chips on it. So I like that. I'm happy about it. And just to, go with what you were saying on that Lad McConkey thing, I'm gonna give Quentin Johnston
Okay.
to my nightmare team. Because as a couple pop games, he hasn't been very consistent, and I had a little bit of hopes for him kind of midway through the earlier part of the year, but
Uh-huh.
I think he kind of settled down. I think we know what's going on there. It's not going to be great for him.
That's fair. I agree with you there. I'm gonna give my hard pass team a quarterback. I'm tempted to go old blow Knicks just for
You're gonna
the
just stare
hilarious.
at him in the eyes, huh?
But I can't in good conscience. What I can do is give him Caleb Williams,
Okay.
just with the inconsistency of him. I think I'll get some kind of dud weeks out of him. And their schedule heats up. They got to play the Packers twice, the Lions twice, and the Vikings twice. Going forward, I mean, the Lions don't have the best pass defense, but all those teams have pretty good pass defenses. Two having really good pass defenses, and I just don't think he's quite ready yet.
Love it. Okay, well then, since you robbed me, we're going into round nine.
Hmm.
Oof.
This is tough.
Yeah, it's getting weird here. I guess jeez, this is rough. I'm gonna take Tank Dell. There you go.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
he's hiding down there.
Spicy,
Uh,
spicy.
yeah, it's Tank Dell for obvious reasons. Diggs is out for the year. Nico's out for the year. CJ Stroud still exists. There's got to be some path forward, and feels like Tank Dell's the guy. So I'm going that route.
That is fair. This is a rough round to be sure. Um, I think I don't love this pick, but you sniped me on Tyreek, and I maybe should have gone Dobbs instead of Kyler Murray. Maybe gone a quarterback here, but I didn't. So I'm gonna go with Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh yeah, that was
Um, I don't know. With Joe Flacco being in there, they're gonna throw. He's gonna get more consistent passes. I don't think he's gonna be great, to be fair, but he is my fourth wide receiver going, and I think he'll have enough decent little boom weeks to keep me in it.
okay. I like that, man. That's a good choice. I almost did that. So,
Okay, well, cool. Who's the hard pass then for you?
um, for me, I have to give my guys a tight end, and so I'm gonna give him Dalton Kincaid.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep. I don't really love Kincaid personally, and I think the addition of the passing game heating up, it's got to just tank him a little bit more. So that's where I'm at. Feel
Okay,
good about him.
fair enough. I'm also gonna go tight end here, but I'm gonna go Hunter Henry.
Yep. Okay.
I just think he's had some okay weeks that have kept him good. And now Drake May's hurt. I don't know for how long, but yeah, I'm just gonna hard pass on Hunter Henry there.
Okay. Well, then lead us off into round 10.
Round 10, my goodness.
I know.
This is a tough round. Sam Laporta maybe could have
Mm,
resurgence. I'm gonna try to kind of copy you
Good
to
to
a
do it.
lesser extent on Tyreek Hill, but I'm
Okay.
gonna go Jalen Waddle.
Hey, man.
I think with Tua back, the Dolphins offense should be more serviceable, and hopefully Waddle will benefit from that in some capacity.
Hell yeah. I got to go Raheem Mozart.
Okay.
And
Oh,
this is
hey,
most,
Dolphins.
yeah, this is not only with, I mean, he scored twice last week and, kind of first week kind of being healthy and having the run. Wasn't a ton of usage, but arrow up for the Dolphins, and I only have Charbonnet and Bijan, so I need a running back going
That's
that
fair.
route.
That's fair.
So,
I'm gonna hard pass my squad another running back, and that's gonna be Justice Hill. I
okay.
just think Derrick Henry eats so much of that workload that there's not a lot of room for Justice Hill there. So he may have a game or two where he's okay, but for the most part, he's not gonna be that great.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call right there. For me, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with Tutu Atwell. I'm
That
really
makes
yeah,
sense.
I started off strong. Now I'm just letting my nightmare team have it. So 2-2, it's getting the poo poo. It's not gonna see that come back and bite me. I guarantee it. Okay, into round 11, it's my go. This one, there's a ton of like, this is like the spicy round.
Mm,
You got Coker in there, kind of
mm.
popular name. You got Leggett, who could, potentially inherit the wide receiver one role for a Carolina team. Always got Pop Douglas feels good. Wicks is in there. Spears, Trey Tucker kind of taking over for the absent Devontae Adams in Las Vegas. So many things. Yep, yep. It's pain. It's pain. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Xavier Leggett.
Okay.
So he scored his second touchdown last week, and I saw him do the horse riding touchdown dance again, which tells me that this guy is not practicing touchdown dances. He's practicing football.
Mm.
So unoriginal for the celebration means yeah, he's gonna focus on getting the ball in his hands, not what to do after he scores. So I'm into that.
That's fair. I could see that. I don't love this round. There's some interesting names. Obviously, 6 months ago, I would have been all over Tajay Spears here. But not today. Growth is what we have. So I'm gonna snipe one of these quarterbacks as
Ooh.
my backup guy going into the 11th or 10th or longer rounds. I'm
Hmm.
gonna take old Justin Herbert. I
Okay.
think they're gonna get this offense going. That's part of the reason I took Lad. And they also play Cincy, Baltimore, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay down the stretch. All teams allowing pretty decent points to fantasy quarterbacks. So I believe in the talent. I believe in the kid. So I was not that much of a kid anymore, but I'm going Justin Herbert.
Love it. Like to see that. Um, okay, I like that call. So it's to me on the hard pass.
Yep.
Feels like I'm gonna go. No, Josh Reynolds is injured, right? I can't do that. This is tough. I'll go Jalen Naylor. He's had a
Okay.
few little scores in there, but I'm not convinced that he's a dude. So
Okay.
that's an easy one to take out.
That's fair. I'm gonna give my hard pass squad their backup quarterback here, I guess. Or
Uh-huh.
maybe their backup tight end in Tyler Conklin. I guess that's what I should do. I just feel okay about some of these names. Not great. I would have gone Naylor with you, but I'm gonna give him Derek Carr.
Nice.
Just a big old hard pass all over Derek Carr.
You got it, dude. Not your problem anymore. Okay, let's see. So me up for the Golden Squad, is that correct?
Yeah.
No.
No, the bad squad. Nightmare Squad, right? No,
Oh,
you
I
just
got
nope,
Naylor.
no.
So you
It's
lead
me.
into yep.
Alrighty. Alrighty,
Sorry.
alrighty. This is wowie. We're in some dredges territory. Calvin Austin, Tyler Algier, Will Disley, Noah Fant. That's leading off
Mhm.
this whole list here. Um, man, gross. I guess I'm gonna go with Tyler Algier.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, good call. Okay. All right.
I
Tyler
don't
Algier.
know. There's
He's
not a
gonna have some
lot.
pop games, dude.
Yeah, there's not a lot here, but he still gets a decent amount of work. I'll take him as a fourth RB there.
Okay. For me, it's rough times. I'm gonna grab Braylon
That makes
Allen,
sense.
just because he's got the potential to kind of vulture some red zone work. So I'm gonna ride that. If this offense ever does get going, we'll take it for sure.
Okay, fair enough. Um, I'm gonna give my hard pass squad. Jordan Whittington.
Nice. Uh,
With Puka and Cooper
evil
Cup being back, this squad is gonna be terrible.
for sure. I want to give my hard pass squad a chance. So I'm giving him Will Disley,
Oh,
who
okay.
had a pretty sweet game a couple weeks ago, and he's got potential, but it ain't. It's not real potential. So
That's
no
fair.
big deal. Um, but so round 13, dude, I'm robbing you, Cedric Tillman.
That's fair. Cedric
He's
Tillman
the
has looked good.
all Cleveland squad over here.
Hmm. I like it. I like it. Cedric Tillman with pairing him with old Jameis down there is a good call. Tempted to go Mike Gesicki here, but I'm gonna go Christian Watson. They've been seemingly using him a little bit more. He
Yeah.
hasn't had a pop game yet, but I just like his potential. And in a best ball league, like seems like he's due for a game where he scores 2 or 3 touchdowns. He does it every year. So I will just try to try to catch that with him.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna give Miles Sanders to
Okay,
my
hard
nightmare
pass
team.
squad. That's fair.
Yeah, y'all know it happening today.
I'm just gonna continue to just bury this hard pass squad under the 405
Yep.
and give them Brenton Strange for their backup
Nice.
tight end.
Nicely done, dude. The evil is real. Okay, take us to 14.
All right, so round 14. There's some interesting names here, but I gotta start looking. I need a tight end. We have 2 rounds left.
Yep.
So oofa. Let's go with actually how many I need? I got 4 RBs, 5 wide receivers. I'm gonna go with Jalen McMillan. I'm gonna hope that he does start to heat up a little bit
Yeah.
and with all the injuries on the Bucks, and maybe becomes the number 2 guy when Mike Evans is back. And I'm just gonna take another wide receiver. I'm just gonna rely on my 2 early round running backs to A, not get hurt, and B, continue to be good.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Personally, I need a backup tight end and a backup quarterback. So, I mean, yeah, it's tough. Life's tough. I didn't put him on the list, but I feel like I should just take Jameson Winston, right? James Winston.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Just doing the all Cleveland thing. So,
All in on them brownies. I hear you.
dude,
All right.
it's not the Browns, it's the Winston.
So for the hard pass squad, what do they need? Maybe another running back. Yep, they only have 3. I don't want to hurt him too bad. I can't. I need to have a little depth there. So let's give him Ogbowale. Is that how you
Mm,
say it? Uh,
yeah. A Goomba
uh,
Wale.
Agumbawale. Yeah, let's give him Agumbawale for their uh, 4th RB.
Smooth, dude. Very much looking out for that team, and that's deep,
Yeah, I
that's
don't want him
thoughtful,
to
man.
not have a chance.
I want my team to not have a chance, and that's why I'm giving him Trey Sermon, baby. Just so
Hey.
you know, little this is the first time I get to throw a blow back at him. So boom.
Fair enough. All
Enough
right,
said.
well, final round. What are we looking at?
Okay, so I gotta hands are tied here. I gotta take a tight end, and I'm going with Chig, dude. I'm going with
Okay.
Okonkwo. I think that I know he didn't do anything in the first week without Hopkins, but I'm holding the faith, dude. I got this.
That's fair. I also have to go tight end here. So you took Chig. I will take Jatavion Sanders,
Ooh,
going with the all rookie squad. Hopefully he can have a decent game or two, but really just putting all my chips in the Brock Bowers basket.
I like that, dude. Should have gone Bo Nix basket, but I'm not gonna judge. I'm not here to judge. Um, my team needs another wideout, and so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Tyler Johnson.
Okay. Okay.
So he had a couple of good weeks for the Rams. Maybe now he can just never see the field again. He's probably not even on the active roster. So
That's fair. I would give him another running back, but I'll follow my own standard. I think I took more wide receivers. Yeah, what, one, two, three, four running backs. They've got a bunch of receivers, but I'm gonna give them another one. And I'm gonna give them Olamide Zacchaeus,
oh
because
man, I thought you were going Troy Franklin just to like
that
pour
would be
gas
funny.
on the
Maybe I
grave
should.
the Knicks
But I
hatred.
don't want the third or fourth receiving option in a Jaden Daniels offense. As much as I love Jaden Daniels, I'm just gonna go there.
Cool, man. Well, should we recap the squads?
Sure.
Okay. I will just throw my dream team out there. I've got quarterback Josh Allen. Then I've got Bijan and Charbonnet rocking the running back room. Then it's Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, and Tyreek Hill. That feels good. Uh, Njoku is at my tight end. Flexing is Ridley and Tank Dell. And the bench is Mozart, Leggett, Braylon Allen, Cedric Tillman, Winston, and then Okonkwo.
Nice. Nice. I like it. So my squad leading off with Kyler Murray as my starting quarterback, Brees Hall, Josh Jacobs as my two RBs, CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, and George Pickens as my three wide receivers, Brock Bowers as my starting tight end, Tyrone Tracy slash Jalen Waddle as that third first flex spot. I think is gonna there. It's gonna bounce between them two, and then Michael Pittman Jr. rounding that out. The rest of my bench is Justin Herbert, Tyler Algier, Christian Watson, Jalen McMillan, and Jatavion Sanders.
Nice. Just quick through my nightmare squad: Lamar, Mixon, Demont. We got Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Jalen Tolbert, Dalton Kincaid, Alexander Mattinson, Quentin Johnston, Tutu Atwell, Jalen Naylor, Will Disley, Miles Sanders, Trey Sermon, and Tyler Johnson.
Gotcha. Okay, so for my nightmare squad, and we better be ready for this one because it's gonna be tough to beat these guys. Caleb Williams as the starting quarterback, Kareem Hunt and Chuba Hubbard as the starting running backs, AJ Brown, Alan Lazard, Jacoby Myers as the three wide receivers, Hunter Henry as the tight end, the flex being filled out by Wandale Robinson and Rashad Bateman.
Lethal.
And the bench is sitting with Justice Hill, Derek Carr, Jordan Whitington, Britton Strange, Dari Ongbowale, and Olamide Zacchaeus. So that squad is going to cause us some true nightmares, I think.
Yeah, and this has been a fun exercise, kind of seeing like how the players have done so far compared to each other on the
Hmm.
average is kind of funny. Like you mentioned, we started out in the 20s for points per game and ended up those last couple rounds were like 6 and 5 points per game. So
Mhm.
it's just kind of silly how mixed the names get when you look at the actual performance on the average. So
Yeah,
a lot of fun,
absolutely.
man. A lot of fun with that.
It was. Some sneaky picks in there, like Tyreek Hill in the seventh round, technically, which is pretty cool to be able to get him there. I was really hoping you would have stuck with your Javante Williams pick,
I
but
might regret it.
I don't think so. And then honestly, Jalen Waddle in the tenth, like there's some interesting weird stuff going on in the league right now, so it was fun to do that with you. But that is us for this week. So, we will wrap this up at the end of the year and kind of cover how these teams went. I'm sure everybody I just picked will die. So,
Probably.
if you have them, I'm sorry in advance. But until then, and until next time, We've been Ref Draft Research. You've been the audience, and we'll see you soon.
Keep on kicking ass.
Hey.
I took a lease out on your heart.